Hi everyone, my name is Lydia, and this is what I wish they taught me about econometrics and introduction. We've had quite a few videos where we've talked mainly about interactions, so you might feel that we might have gone a little bit off tangent and forgotten at what point of our plan we're at. So this video is mostly to give you an idea of the things that you've actually learned so far in terms of what you need to know for OLS. And finally, the plan of what the next videos are going to be about. So in terms of like the plan that we had made at the beginning of this list, these were the things that you needed to know. Property of OLS, mechanical properties, statistical properties, and for statistical properties, the assumptions. And all of those we've seen in detail. We've seen the formulas for the OLS estimators, and we have derived them. We've seen the concept of the sum of square residuals. We've seen the difference between error term and residuals. We have not seen issues with OLS yet, but that is exactly the next thing that we need to do. The reason why is because we now have a very clear view of the interpretations of the model coefficients, which came with a mini series of almost 20 videos. The dummy and interaction variables in quite detail. We've seen, in terms of the regression, we've seen single regressions, multiple multivariate regressions. We now know the difference between the two. We know what changes need to be made in the assumptions when we move from single to multivariate regression. We've seen how to interpret all the details in both Stata and R for a regression. We've seen what the partial effect is or what the marginal effect is and how to get those through different softwares. We've seen R squared, not as much as the adjusted R squared. We've just simply mentioned why we would need the adjusted R square compared to R square. We've seen the standard errors and how to perform t-tests, how to perform f-tests, and why do we need to perform such type of tests, especially in the hypothesis testing. We've seen how we can construct confidence intervals, which kind of sums up all the details and all the mechanics, everything that you can use out of an OLS regression. There are still a few other things that we need to dive into. The next video is going to be on regression anatomy, as this is a very important concept that is used, especially when we then jump into dissecting what could go wrong and how does that change the interpretations of the betas for our model depending on what could have gone wrong in that regression. So regression anatomy is going to give us a little bit of an insight of what to expect when things go wrong and how maybe we could be able to detect what go wrong, to finally the actual issues, which ultimately come whenever we violate one of the assumptions of the OLS. And that means that all of these things that we have learned so far on how to interpret all the details from coefficients to hypothesis testing, they will change depending on the kind of problem that we have. And there are mainly six issues that we see because of the violation of the OLS assumptions. That include omitted variable bias, reverse causality, non-random sampling, outliers, measurement error, which can come either in the shape of measurement error in the Y variable or X variable, and finally, heteroscedasticity. So as you can see, we've covered quite a lot, but there is still quite a bit to cover before we even jump into panel data methods. So stay tuned, guys, and I'll see you in the next video where we talk about a very important term, and that is regression anatomy.